Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Katie on here. Welcome to another episode of Channel K. Hey, boo boo. I know you guys hear her meowing. Anyway, you guys, it's been a long ass time. I'm not gonna lie. I manifested a house, a new reality. Oh my gosh, she's like doing the zoomies right now. I manifested a new house and a new SP and just a new reality. Like, honestly, like I'm always like evolving, leveling up and like just moving on from chapters and stuff like that. But this was like a very powerful shift. And a lot of people didn't make it to this chapter. So yeah, I had to take some time off, gather myself, raise my self-concept, cut some bitches off. You know how it is. And I went on a trip. So I went to Paris for my mom's birthday. It was amazing. It was my second time in Paris. You know, everything was beautiful. Our hotel was lovely, luxurious. Everyone who took care of us was amazing. Everything that we booked, all the itinerary was on point. Honestly, one thing that I really want you guys to do in life is to go see the world, because it will give you this perspective on life that you cannot explain. It's like, when I was in Paris, I was getting so like inspired by fashion, art, the scenery, the food, like the aesthetic, everything was making me feel so like I need to do more in life. Like it just like really expanded my mindset. So after we spent a week in Paris, we then went to Barcelona. I honestly feel like the hotel that we stayed at in Barcelona is the best hotel that I've ever stayed in my entire life. I will put it on the screen because I can't remember the name. The Paris hotel was very nice too. I'm not going to lie, but like the Barcelona hotel was probably the best hotel that I've ever stayed in my life. I can't stop reiterating like how kind and respectful everyone was, but that's one of my affirmations, right? Like I'm loved, respected, valued. And I'm always seen as the best choice. Like my sisters and my mother and I, like it felt as though in my reality, from my perspective, it seemed as though like people were prioritizing us and more intrigued about us or more interested in us. And like I just felt like every restaurant we went to, every show we went to, every venue, like people were like breaking their necks, like looking at us. It just always gave like everyone is into us and we're the it girls. And like it was an amazing trip. I'm ready to go back. Honestly, I feel like I have been blabbing. So let's go ahead and get into some of this Q&A. Tips for staying in goddess mode. Have a routine, have a plan, have a sense of self, be consistently striving to be a better version of yourself, and make sure you have your own motion outside of your man or outside of your SP. I love my man. I love my SP, but I will go crazy if I'm with him all the time. It won't feel right. It won't feel aligned with goddess energy. Like a goddess sets aside some time to herself so that she can make plans for her future, so that she can set goals for her future, so that she can be aligned with who she truly is. If you don't give yourself the opportunity to connect with yourself, you're going to feel weird. And it's not going to feel natural, normal, or comfortable. And you might experience a lot of emotional suffering. So I don't like to experience the emotional suffering part. So I just make sure that I set aside some time for myself. Having a plan also keeps me on point. Honestly, I feel like a bad bitch, like a sexy goddess, when I have a plan and when I execute the plan accordingly. And when I have a schedule, like a daily routine. And one of the things that helps me stay on point is my girl Keep Manifesting 90-day planner. And this is so cute. Honestly, it's beyond cute. It's very empowering and it helps me stay aligned with this new story that I'm designing for my life. One thing that I admire about it is that it has different inserts in here that help you understand things. Like it teaches you about the law of vibration, the law of assumption. There's a breakdown on emotional triggers, nervous system regulation, manifestation techniques. You can write down your manifestation action plan. And that is where I have been like just writing my personal plan. One of my favorite things to do is to write things out so that they're released from my mind. And then I can create a goal, like an action plan for myself. And there are also like really cute like money manifestation techniques, blank checks in here, which I love so much, where you can write your desired income. And then there's also like a calendar. It has all my clients in here, but it's like your one-stop shop for creating your reality consciously. And I've definitely been a lot more disciplined and on point because I have everything that I'm currently focusing on in one solid journal. So I love this so much. I know it might sound shallow. I know it might sound crazy, but it's like, listen, if you're going to stay in goddess mode, you always look good. One of my affirmations is, let me go to it. I love myself. I honor myself. I value myself. I know my worth. I am my highest priority. When I focus on myself, things work out for me. I take care of my body, my mind, and my spirit. I always look good. I make sure that I have a hairstyle that makes me feel sexy, confident, beautiful, comfortable. I make sure that I get my nails done. I make sure that I get my toes done. I am consistent with my waxes. Girl, I don't wax for a man. I wax for myself. I like for my legs to be smooth and bare. I like the same for my for my pussy. I love touching myself and feeling soft, smooth skin. So like when I feel good about my lady parts and when I feel good about my intimate parts and literally my body in general, I show up differently in the world. Like the way I behave is more confident and I just feel like I'm in my power more, right? Because I know that I've been taking care of myself. Also, how do you stay in goddess mode? By staying accountable. You're the creator of your reality. All the good shit you created, all the bad shit you created. So go ahead and take accountability for the things that aren't showing up favorably for you. Take accountability. And yeah, just dominantly like working on that self-concept. How do you keep your SP obsessed? The reason why my SP is obsessed with me is because I have my own mindset and I go against the whole like women have to think this way thing. Like I have my own mind, I have my own ideas and I act on them and I have my own life and I actually have my own motion and my own bag. And he respects that about me and he's actually amazed, fascinated, intrigued by it, all of the above. And it's really because I'm dominantly focused on my self-concept at all times that he's more attracted to me. Do you know one of the things that he said to me, you guys? When we first met, like he said that he binged my videos. He binged my videos and I was so scared like when he said that because I was thinking to myself like, no, like don't binge my shit because he's gonna know that I'm manifesting. He is like just a very supportive boyfriend and like he's amazed and he's like, oh my gosh, this is so cool that you have this platform. Da, da, da. I just focus on myself and I stay in a confident energy. And I show up for myself every day. And that's attractive to not only my man, but other people, like so many people, you guys, like I've been manifesting partnerships and like people who want to work together and like people who want to come on the show. And like, just, I've literally been attracting people who are attracted to me a lot more now that I've raised my self-concept even further, you know? Hey, boo-boo. Look who's back, you guys. Soteria. She's so cute. How do you stay in alignment with your goddess self-concept and not fall off track? By making sure that I spend quality time with myself every day for 15 to 20 minutes. Because when I go in self-concept mode and spend some time with myself, meditation, that's my way of recharging myself. It's like, think of yourself as like an iPhone. You're going to run out of juice, like your battery's going to die and you have to charge yourself up in meditation, right? Like you're charging your battery. You're reminding yourself that you're the operant power. You're hyping yourself up. Like, bitch, I'm amazing. I'm sexy. I'm the greatest. I'm the best. I'm a goddess. I'm a queen. I deserve respect. I will never settle for less. I am wealthy. I am allowed to have lots of money easily and effortlessly. I am allowed to ball out. There's nothing wrong with being sexy, curvy, beautiful, thin, athletic. Like there's nothing wrong with my body type. And I'm allowed to celebrate myself. And also don't be ashamed or afraid to focus on yourself. How do you change your physical appearance through visualization, mindset, and affirmations? Well, definitely, I think first things first is affirmations because your thoughts are creating everything. So you have to start the process of saying things to yourself that are positive. So like, my body is healthy and perfect on the inside and out. People literally stop and stare and admire my beauty from head to toe. I have radiant, smooth, and even-toned skin. I look beautiful and I have the body of a goddess. My skin, face, and neck are smooth, firm, and flawless. My eyes are so strikingly vibrant, alluring, mesmerizing, and bright. I look and feel younger every day in every way. Bitch, they keep going, just so you know. Like, they keep going. But I start off by saying these things because I like to, practice the program in my mind. Oh, also, I like to get naked and look at myself. And just tell myself that I look good as fuck. I literally will be naked and I will like look at my ass in the mirror and I'm like, damn, you look good as fuck. I literally hype myself up because I know that like I have to live with my body for the rest of my life. So I might as well like speak kindly to it. So I get comfortable with who I am naked. I also look on Pinterest and find girls that I want my body to look like, and I have added it to a board with like workout routines and stuff like that. And I go through and I look at that board every day. And I also pick girls who look like me. And I put like healthy meals on there, workout routines, and girls who have body types like my desired body type or the body type that I look like when I'm consistent. And I just basically affirm. And guys, I can't make this up. So like ever since I've been affirming that I have an affirmation. Where is it? My hips are hypnotic. My ass is amazing. My stomach is flat, toned, and sexy. Any unwanted weight falls off easily and effortlessly. I don't even have to do anything. I am healthy. My body's in perfect shape. I love being healthy and highly attractive. I benefit from pretty privilege, and it gets me everything that I desire fast and easily. I'm in the best shape of my life. Guys, I used to have this affirmation where it's like, oh, I look good as fuck and I don't even have to go to the gym. I used to have an affirmation like that, but I don't know where it is. But yeah, it sounds something like that. But let me tell you, my thighs have been getting like wider. Like my quads have been getting thicker and more toned without me even going to the gym. So I wholeheartedly believe that it's my affirmations. And my ass has been nice and plump and like really cute looking. So I would definitely say that it's my affirmations, because I only did like glute workouts like maybe 2 times within the past 2 weeks. And like everything else has just been straight up affirmations. So it's really about how I speak to my body, because the 3D, like your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference, right? So you just have to command it, right? And claim that like my hips are hypnotic. Like I have a sexy body. I am sexy and slim in the best places. I am curvy in the best places. My body is so sexy and I don't even have to go to the gym. It just forms its shape easily and effortlessly without me having to do anything. And it does. Girl, like literally. I also want to give a shout out to Black Girl Vitamins. You guys, I have been consistently taking my vitamins and making sure that I am prioritizing my health and wellness. And one thing that I have been using consistently for sure is my Black Girl Vitamins. As you guys know, like in the past, my hair definitely was shedding and I wasn't feeling confident. I wasn't in a high self-concept, girl. So my health in relation to my hair follicles was not the best. So I picked up some Black Girl Vitamins, the hair, skin, and nail ones. And one thing that I love about these vitamins, you guys, is the fact that they are gummies. I'm not much of a medicine taker. I really don't enjoy like having to swallow pills because that shit is uncomfortable, but they are gummy and they are so good. And I've also noticed an increase in the growth of my hair and my nails, and my skin is a lot smoother, softer, and more radiant. I also have the probiotics by Black Girl Vitamins, and probiotics are very important. They help prevent against weird energy down there in the lady department. Probiotics are very important. I take them every day and my kitty is very happy. Hey Kay, how do you deal with the pretty girl, sexy girl privilege and having access certain other women in your circle don't? I used to feel so guilty and bad about being the pretty girl, quote unquote. If you're a girl and you're pretty and you've manifested circumstances where being the pretty girl is problematic for you, or you've manifested circumstances where being the pretty girl wasn't like a safe environment for you, then you understand where I'm coming from when I say that like you genuinely have to separate yourself from people who don't have your best interest at heart. You have to be very selective about your circle. You might not have a large circle at all. Like I only talk to like my sisters, my blood sisters. And I have 2 friends who are not blood that get me and understand me and like aren't jealous and stuff. And other than that, I talk to my family. And my SP is not a hater. He's not in competition with me. I've done so much inner work to where I don't manifest jealous girls anymore. And I don't manifest toxic men anymore, because I have truly aligned with the truth, which is that I'm worthy of having a healthy, loving relationship and healthy friendships. When I was insecure about being beautiful, that's when I always manifested toxic girlfriends. Or like I also manifested girls who weren't necessarily toxic to me, but they literally just wanted to be around me for aesthetic purposes. And I remember like having thoughts of being insecure with myself, being uncomfortable with my beauty, feeling bad about my beauty. Anytime I thought negatively about how beautiful I am, I always manifested abusive men and toxic women. It never failed. And also abusive, like weird ass family members, and also family members who wanted to have sex with me. So all of that energy that I was embodying and putting out into the universe, fear, that shame, guilt, like I would feel very ashamed of being beautiful, feel guilty, like, oh my gosh, I get this opportunity and you don't. Like anytime that's your perspective, it's not a favorable perspective. It's not a confident perspective. It's not clean energy. You cannot feel bad about being beautiful or else you manifest bad shit. Your job is to not feel bad about who you are. Your job is to embrace who you are and feel confident in who you are. Because this is who I am. I am sexy. I am beautiful. Like my curves are who I am. Like my lips, my voice, my femininity is who I am. So anytime I try to like hide it so that another girl feels comfortable, I suffer. I suffer energetically. First of all, I'm embodying a not confident state. So then I'm going to attract not confident people. I'm going to feel bad for them all the time. Like, and it's like, no, you might as well stand in your power. Be confident, own that you're sexy, own that you're beautiful, own that you're a pretty girl, and accept what comes with it unapologetically and be happy. Or else you're not going to have a good experience in life if you're constantly feeling bad about being the pretty girl. And how do you know that other people aren't getting opportunities? That's the thing. Like, if you're assuming and assigning the meaning that only you are benefiting from your looks and no one else is, then you're going to feel bad for somebody. And if you're feeling bad for somebody, then you're not in a space of seeing people through the eyes of God. So that means you're not in a high self-concept. If you can perceive somebody as beneath you or inferior, or you feel bad for them, then you're in the wrong state. You should never feel like this. And when I start feeling like this about like my loved ones or my own SP, like if I'm ever looking at my man and I'm like, oh, I feel bad for him, like I instantly like get out of that energy, because those feelings are synonymous to like times in my life when I manifested and attracted abusive people. Because when you feel bad for somebody, you are assigning and claiming that they aren't fulfilled, or they aren't well, or something within them is lacking, which means that you're gonna be annoyed or whatever so they're gonna show up in your reality like playing out some bullshit, or like some bullshit is gonna unfold in your reality because you just have this perspective or assumption that you're getting something that someone else isn't. You need to affirm that I benefit from pretty privilege and everyone around me benefits from their privileges. I think that would be like a good thing to affirm, because if you are in a reality where only you are benefiting and then other people are jealous of you, or that can be a dangerous environment. So you need to get out of that environment, or you need to create a new reality for yourself so that shit starts conforming and changing, because being the one and only person who benefits from something is dangerous. Like, cause it makes you a target, and also you just don't feel comfortable or worthy of the things that you're getting. And you always need to feel comfortable, confident, sexy, and worthy. At this point in my life, like I said, my best friends are my blood sisters. They are beautiful. They get what they want. They're always having their way. My man, he understands what I do. He understands me. He is very supportive, and he's always having his way. Like, I never see anybody in my reality less than me. Like, I spend time with pretty girls, goddesses, and confident people, confident women, confident men. Ultimately, I just have decided to choose to see my beauty and my attractiveness and my sexiness and my pretty privilege as a good thing, and not associate it to anything negative. Again, in my old story, when I associated my attractiveness to negativity and being a target for abusers and jealous people, then I would manifest abusive men and jealous women. And I would always find myself in situations where I would get nervous. Like, I remember working at this job, and I'm not going to get into it too deeply, but I remember getting hired at this establishment, and the owner was a man and the co-owner was his wife. And while I was working there, I had this, because the man, the owner, he was like flirtatious with me. And I had this belief that like, oh my gosh, my job's going to be annoying because he finds me attractive, and he, like, me being pretty is going to be a problem because he's going to flirt with me and the woman is going to get jealous. And that's exactly what I manifested. I was like, okay, somebody's going to be jealous of me and somebody's going to be like flirting with me or whatever the fuck. So I just decided to change my perspective of my physical appearance and be grateful. Like, I'm so happy and grateful that I am beautiful. God made me this way for a reason. My looks are favorable and positive and get me into many amazing doors, and I attract positive scenarios, situations, and opportunities based on how I look. Like, everyone respects me and sees me as beautiful, kind, loving, respectful, humble, sweet, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like, you know, like, I've decided that my beauty works for me and is an amazing thing, and I love myself. And when you actually own that and walk in it and practice expressing your beauty, and you don't feel uncomfortable. Like, when you own it, you don't feel as uncomfortable when other people try to fucking, oh my gosh, it's 12:12. Look, you guys. Yeah, when you own it, it doesn't feel as weird when other people try to say anything about your beauty, you know. How do you stay sane when you have wavering thoughts? Oh, okay. How do you stay sane when dealing with wavering thoughts? I stop everything that I'm doing and I start talking to myself, and I'm like, listen, girl, I know you feel weird. I know this new story is crazy. I know, like, you're literally like doing this thing where you're reprogramming your mind by repeating affirmations to you, and it's not the normal thing that people do, but you have to do this or else you're going to always feel miserable and stay stuck in your old story. I had to talk to myself like that. I had to be like, listen, Kay, I know that it feels weird that you're claiming that you're a goddess and you're rich and you're going to make all this shit happen. It feels weird as fuck, but you have to just keep going because you can do this. And guess what? I believe in the law. So we're going to keep going. Like, I have to remind myself why we're doing this. I just stop everything that's happening, turn off the music, turn off the TV, put my phone on airplane mode. That's a really good thing that I've been doing lately, putting both my phones on airplane mode. And I will also grab my Neville book, which is very powerful. I grab my Neville book and I remind myself, because like I always like do some highlighting. It's just powerful. Like, honestly, sometimes when I read words, it soothes me. This quote right here by Neville is one that I always go back to, right? If I be lifted up in consciousness to the naturalness of my desire, I shall automatically draw the manifestation unto me. Consciousness is always objectifying itself. To be conscious of being or possessing anything is to be or have that which you are conscious of being or possessing. So therefore, lift yourself to the consciousness of your desire and you will see it automatically outpicture itself. So sometimes, girl, when I am like a little off and wavering, like I grab my Neville book and I remind myself that I'm the upper power. And all I have to do is claim that I have the thing that I desire right now, which means you just change your perspective and you change your mind and you decide that you already have the thing that you want. It's quite simple. It's just not as easy when we're not as disciplined, right? Like, it's easy for us to stay in a negative mindset, or it's easier for us to be addicted to the negative. This book, Don't Believe Everything You Think, is also really helpful. So anytime I'm wavering and just having like a mental, like chaotic moment, I grab this book and I start reading. Honestly, you guys, it's a very easy read. It helps me remind myself that if I'm ever suffering emotionally or mentally, it might be because I'm overthinking. So it helps me understand what I'm thinking about and if it's favorable. It kind of just breaks down the cycle of problematic thinking and how we can change our thinking to have a more favorable experience. So let me read a couple of things that I have been highlighting. The most interesting and almost paradoxical thing about stopping our thinking is that we don't have to do anything to minimize it other than to be aware of it. By us becoming aware that we are thinking and that it is the root cause of all suffering, it automatically makes us conscious to that fact and we become detached to it, allowing it to settle and pass. This takes almost no effort and is done through pure presence in the moment. If life begins to feel unclear, disorganized, and stressful, and you're not sure what to do next, you now know that it's only because your thinking is stirring up the dirt, making your mind cloudy and difficult to see ahead. You can use this as an indicator to help you realize that you're thinking too much. Once we become aware of the fact that we are only feeling what we're thinking and that thinking is the root cause of our unpleasant experience, we see it for what it truly is. Then we allow it to settle by giving it space, and slowly we will see how we begin to have a clear mind again. You can also compare thinking to quicksand. The more we fight our thinking, the more it amplifies negative emotions and worsens them. The same is true for quicksand. If we're in quicksand, the way out isn't to fight it. If we panic and frantically try to fight it, it only makes things worse by tightening the grip it has on us and pulling us under faster. The only way out is to stop struggling and allow your body's natural buoyancy to take over to bring you back to the surface easily. The only way to break free from our thinking is to let go and trust that our natural inner wisdom will guide us back to clarity and peace like it always has. So guys, this book guides me back to peace. Honestly, it helps me remember that I'm actually in control and I can relax and not overthink. And actually, I don't have to think at all. So that's going to do it for today's episode, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode of Channel K. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or feedback, you can email me at heychannelkayy@gmail.com, or you can check out the link in my description box. I will provide links for all of my coaching resources and programs that I'm currently offering right now. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Peace out. Happy birthday to you. Thank you. Thank you. I love it. Thank you. That's why we needed to have dessert. Yes. Oh, that's cute. Thank you, guys.